passion for a Titan. Hold on, I'll put it in the Skype chat so you can see.
Man, you gotta play the song.
Have it queued up. Have it up. Have it ready.
Okay, hold on.
I already sent it, so it'll probably pop up anytime soon now in the chat. It's
not
goddamn mouse. Anytime you want to pop up, you fuckface.
Come on, let me move. that is what Buster looks like.
My mission is accomplished.
You can now die. I
can now die a happy man.
You can now die a complete man.
Accurate.
Exactly. Right? It's pretty good, right?
That is actually really good.
Goddamn right. Goddamn. I have made it. I have made it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 141 of the RNGCast. How have you guys been? It feels like a fucking week since I talked to you guys, except for I've talked to a couple of you throughout the week in person. How have you guys been?
Des, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right because I mean, full transparency here, going through a thing, but it's not that big of a deal. This is going to be my last RNG cast from this apartment that saw the birth of the RNG cast.
I'm glad you added from this apartment. I must shit my pants.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All of a sudden, Des is just like, yeah, I'm out. Drops mic.
No.
Drops mic.
yeah. This is going to be the very last one from this apartment. So, yeah. A little bit of a forewarning. My audio might be terrible in the next who knows how long. But at the same time, I mean, there's no, true worries. There's no, like, it's an eviction. It's happening, but it's not like a money thing. It's basically a giant miscommunication of a bunch of things. Because as I mentioned before, they were renovating or remodeling these apartments, so we couldn't actually renew our lease, and it's new owners. So they're like, "Oh, you have to fill out a new application and have it in before the end of January," which we didn't know meant January the 28th. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Damn, man.
So we get an email. It's like, well, you got to go now. It's like,
what?
You have until the weekend. All right, fine. Screw you. I mean,
that's fucking rough, man.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, it is. But like I said, it's not like a. I mean, it could have been a much worse situation because, like I said, I could be like dead broke and nowhere to go. But
I was gonna say, at least you got it. I would say you got a job and everything like that. That's the big thing, man. I was like, son of a bitch. I mean, that's fucking quick, but you know what? Hey, whatever. Move on.
Yeah, it's happening.
You'll be good. You'll be good. We'll get used to that Wi-Fi that you're going to be using.
Yeah. Because like I told GG, we did find an extended stay hotel, so it's going to be awful. I'm probably going to sound like a robot. There's going to be noises because it's technically one room, but it's going to. It has like a living area and a room, and the couch in the living area has a pull-out bed. So we're making it work as 2 rooms.
Dude, do what you gotta do.
Exactly. I mean, it's a temporary situation, and people go through a lot of stuff, and that's why I wanted to, be fully transparent because, I mean, kind of like our good friends at the same 14, it's okay to not be okay, and legitimately, like the first day, whenever I found out, it was a rough time, but I very quickly realized that it was a domino that fell that just was not as big as what it initially seemed. So everything's all good, but yeah, I mean, stuff happens, rough patches happen, and this is definitely by far not my worst rough patch. I mean, I used to rent an apartment in Kentucky and sleep on the couch.
One thing I can say is that the second the message went out, we rallied the wagons quick as shit. So
yes, I mean, these two individuals were very helpful in keeping. I mean, that and we were like 2 people short at work that day, so I was able to not really think about it that much because I was able to keep myself busy even during an easier day.
That's the biggest thing you can do, man.
Exactly, but yeah, that and words of encouragement from my best friends in the world right now, and probably ever. But yeah, I mean, things happen. Like I said, I'll get through it.
Man.
This is going to be a rough week considering we got to move, but at the same time, we do have people coming to help the actual moving process. So
that's right, baby. I'm in a pickup truck heading to Alabama right now.
I know. Okay, I'm leaving California now. It's only going to take me like
about 48 hours.
It'll take him 2 to 3 days. He'll be there to grab the last box.
Legit, I actually looked this up one time from basically my position. Well, depending upon where in Cali you are, but I looked up. I think it was like Waco, maybe. I'm not sure, but either way, it was like a straight line. Basically, the route did not have much variance, and it was like estimated drive time 48 hours.
Oh man!
If you marathoned it.
If you just can't,
yeah, exactly.
If you literally stop for gas, if you literally stop for,
if you put on Leonard Skinner and just freebirded the fuck out, just.
Oh man, hey, we've all done that, man. We've all had those things. All of a sudden, you just feel like you need to drive.
I kind of want that to be a thing that we do on YouTube. Just us in a road trip in a car, just freebirding.
Yeah, unless you're gonna put a bunch of car seats in the back and include the wife. Good luck with that one.
Yeah, same. Cool. I think we all have kids. We all have wives and kids, and I have a dog. That's a kid.
Dude, yeah. But what we gotta do is Pete rides shotgun no matter what, and then all of us are crammed in the back.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't have no. Pete doesn't ride. He does not do well in cars.
Oh really? Big dogs don't, man. Big dogs for some reason have a problem with that shit. I don't know why.
The second we got him in the car, the very first, the first time it was when he was a pup, and I was like, okay, maybe it's just because he's a pup. And then I tried to get him in the car again just to get him used to it, and we opened the car door and got him in the car, and he turned and looked at me and just started drooling. I'm like, okay, get out the car. Just get out the car. Just get out the car.
No, that's man. I used to ride around a lot with my bull terrier, man, and once he gets comfy, he just sits there and just this ever constant presence behind the back of my right ear. And he just doesn't move, and he's just waiting because he knows that usually where we're going, it's either one of 3 things. It's either he's going to dog vacation, dog boarding, where he gets 3 squares a day and freaking gets to run roughshod on all the other dogs there. He's either going to get groomed or he's getting or he's going to the vet. And all 3 of those places, he likes it because he gets food. So that's all he cares about. That's my dog's one aspiration in his life is to consume more food.
Same.
And proof of this concept is last night. It is goddamn midnight. I am letting the dogs from my front yard into because they kennel in the garage at night. And I'm letting them out, and they have their little track. I let them out. They run around the house, and they go in their they go in their area. Well, this son of a bitch, it's fucking raining. It's raining outside, hard. And there was mushed up crackers that my son left that are all wet and literally deteriorating.
Doesn't matter.
The fat son of a bitch waited, looked or smelt it, literally turned around Looney Tunes style, whole body turned around, and then proceeded to rub his face all over the ground and get himself all fucking soaking wet by licking up scraps of fucking crackers off the ground. And I'm like, dude, you are the biggest fat fuck. I love you so much, but my God, just walk past the Cheez-Its, all right? Come on. No,
I'm sorry. Did you see the picture I just posted in our chat?
Which chat?
The Skype chat. Always Skype.
God. Oh, God.
You want to talk about fat fuck?
Oh, the funny thing is, I just see 2 little eyes poking out over the. Oh man. He's all, what you got going on over there?
What it is, if for the listeners, since this is an audio experience, if you can imagine a chest burster from the aliens, chest bursting out of a bag of dog food is what it looks like, and that's because Pete was like, "Oh, that's where my food lives. That's where I live. Yum 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 yum," and ate it. He also, fun fact, yesterday ate a whole pan of brownies.
Whoa, is that good?
It really pissed off the missus, let me tell you. She was like, because I went to the store to grab some things, and she made brownies, and she was so happy because they were brownies and they were delicious. And then she was like, I turned my back for 1 second, this motherfucker teleported to the top of the stove and ate the brownies. And I thought he ate the whole pan. No, the bitch just ate the middle. And I'm like, oh.
The middle?
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking asshole.
And then I called his vet and I was like, hey, Pete ate brownies. Is that okay? And he was like, how much do you think how much chocolate do you think he ate? And I'm like, I don't know, like a half a pan of brownies. And he was like, okay, he's fine. And I'm like, really? He's like, it's a pound of chocolate per pound of body weight. And I'm like, oh, he'd have to eat 111 pounds of chocolate.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind seeing him eat like 50 pounds.
No. He shit all over the place.
Oh,
like
dude, that's what I'm saying.
It was just bad.
I'm sure he looked like a freaking, like he was a chocolate fountain.
Yeah, it was the Gustus Gloop, and it was not good.
Oh God.
So, Double G, how has your week been?
Well, I mean, it's just been just another week. Nothing too crazy going on. Prepping for Super Bowl, having, family coming over. Just the standard. My dad, my brother, and my grandpa and my brother's girlfriend. But other than that, just doing a lot of like early spring cleaning around the house. Just trying to get just stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, nothing too crazy, man. Nothing too crazy. Same old, same old.
Very cool. Let me see. For me, we'll do Destiny first. How about that? I raided this week.
With who?
Well, hold on. Let me give the shout outs now for the fellas. All foes, faux show, all the foes. Ellie Poo, Knighted Soul, Corvo Acto 09, Chip 1234, myself, and Gator, who was not a foe, but he was in there with us. As a matter of fact, fun fact about Corvo Acto, he just started playing Destiny 2 like 3-4 weeks ago, and he's already max light. Like the kid is.
Yeah, this is usually an impressive feat. Like the people that are able to like just start and it's like, yep, I'm here, I'm caught up.
Yeah.
And people
like that means you are putting some serious fucking time in.
Yeah, you are, but at the same time, a lot of people are feeling left out that Destiny can't be caught up of, and here's a fresh guy, not even a month in, and caught up.
Yep.
It all depends on your definition of catching up and what you're willing to sacrifice. That's really what it comes down.
I mean, it is because that's definitely like because that is grindage. I'm not even going to deny that is a bunch of grindage, but still possible.
I'm just saying that's probably 10 hours a day.
Oh, yeah. Also not done. I did Scourge of the Past is what I did. Is the one I did, obviously.
Nice. I need to do it. I need to do it. God damn.
Yeah, that's one I have not touched. What do you think about the last boss?
It was fun. It wasn't too. Well, I mean, okay. It would have been a clusterfuck if you don't know what you're doing. But the team I had, they were just like, okay, cool. I'll do this 1 2 1 2. Buster, all you gotta do is stand there and kill everything that moves. I'm like, I'm a Titan. That's what I do best. You know what I mean? Like, kill everything that moves. Gotcha. That's what I do.
A particular set of skills.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it exactly.
You're right in my wheelhouse. The first
stand in one spot, don't jump, and make sure that I kill everything that moves.
Done. I had the whisper, so it was a lot easier. Because thanks to Stripes and Ghetto Fish for getting me the whisper last week. I got the last word.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got that. That was actually quite fun. I should say that last mission. I'm not going to spoil it for Double G or Des. I don't know if you got it or not. Probably.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Just, is it a spoiler? Am I gonna be mad if I find, because I'm on the part where I'm almost done.
No, it's not a. No, you're not going to be mad. I mean, you might be mad because there are some people that have issues with the final mission. We'll say, but
just go into it. I'm fine. Spoiler warning. I really want you guys to talk about it.
That last mission is fun as shit.
It is fun and
frustrating as shit though.
Yeah, it's not. Well, hilariously, I did it on my second try. But the mission itself it's a little difficult. It does have a modifier. It says you're suppressed, but you're not actually suppressed. It's actually, I'm guessing it's a UI mislabel of what's going on, because it's the attrition modifier in the mission. So it's the one where you don't regen health.
Your health, yeah.
You pick up
a lot more health.
Yeah, it's like you have to pick up the orbs in order to regen health. Mm-hmm. So it's that system, but like I said, for some reason it labels you as suppressed. Which when I first saw that, I was like, oh no, I don't have my super or something? What's going on? But yeah, that's not what's actually going on. But yeah, it's a normal mission up until the final boss. Mm-hmm. And hilariously, this actually isn't even a last word quest. And it's not even like really a last, but you're not forging a last word. What are you forging? Oh, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think you. This seems like a massive lead up to Thorn, is what it seems like to me, basically. Because it's a lot of what you're doing is basically laying the foundation to make a weapon of sorrow, which D2 does confirm Thorn as a weapon of sorrow. Which was like, it wasn't confirmed, but it was a leading theory in D1 that both Thorn and Touch of Malice were weapons of sorrow. Because I'm not sure if Thorn was ever confirmed in D1.
Well, the boss at the end of that mission has a very Thorn-like weapon.
Yes, and he is great because, again, this whole quest has nothing to do with Last Word.
Nothing.
Like, from its conception. Except for the fact that when you get to the final boss, you stand on this plate, and the last boss appears. And there's the last word. Mm-hmm. So you basically... It's an old Western...
They're trying to reenact... Yeah, I would say they're trying to reenact... They're trying to reenact fucking Shidmalfer and Dredgen.
It's the last draw. Yep.
Yeah. It's basically it. I mean, the draw makes absolutely no sense until you're fighting the boss, because that's again when you stand on this plate and you have this countdown timer that says ready, and then a last word appears that you have to hit square on to draw. And that starts a countdown timer to where you had to actually shoot the boss's weapon to basically do damage to him, but you have to fire. I mean, people say there's a mechanic to it, but like I said, my reactions were actually pretty good, I guess, or something. Mm-hmm. And I did that second try. But you have to shoot his weapon before he murders you. And it's one shot.
Oh, it's one shot like you're dead?
And in the first plate you stand on, there's one. The second plate you stand on, there's two. And the third plate you stand on, there's three. And you have to shoot them, bang, bang, bang. It's very cool. Like, I enjoyed it. It took me like 4 times, I'll be honest.
Yeah, like I said, somehow I was able to do it second try. But that third one I was actually getting a little nervous on, because it's like, ooh, I don't know. I barely did it, but no, it's super fun mechanic though, man. I like how they did it though. And then the only line the Drifter has recorded is when you finish. Mm-hmm. I'm not spoiling that at all.
No, that's fun.
Because that's hilarious.
That was actually that was hilarious. I was like, oh man, ooh, okay. I actually like you, Drifter. Please don't be. Ooh, no.
So, what's it called? So, do you think that they're going to be just like, so it's going to go, so it's going Last Word, then it's going Thorn, and then what do you think? Like Hawkmoon? No, that's what I keep hearing.
No.
For each seasons?
No.
Season?
Now, this is, I think they're doing this, not really. I mean, the legacy of the weapons makes sense with the content. It's pretty much how I see it. And that's why, like I said, one leads into the other. And if they hadn't confirmed Thorn with the...
That epic ass video?
Yeah, they basically all but confirmed Thorn because of the trailer preview of The Last Word.
Yeah, look at the last bullets.
Needs a villain. So, I mean, exactly.
And then it shows those famous little darts hitting the wall.
Exactly. And like I said, that's the thing, because they definitely let it up. And if they didn't, I would have been very curious of why we're basically making a Weapon of Sorrow.
Mm.
I mean, we already had an artifact of Thorn, or a Thorn, and we're killing a weaponsmith, or a hive weaponsmith that is capable of making weapons of sorrow. Which I think is the point of the quest.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, we still have the foundations of a Weapon of Sorrow. So it very easily translates into, oh yeah, Thorn's coming back.
Also, wasn't Bad Juju a Weapon of Sorrow?
No, that was that was his attempt. That was Toland's attempt to make a Weapon of Sorrow.
Oh, okay.
Bad Juju is like I said in D1. It was, I think, Touch of Malice and Thorn were pretty well thought to be Weapons of Sorrow, and Bad Juju is definitely in that line, but his actual status is debatable.
Yeah, it's like a proto weapon.
I mean, it could be, but at the same time, it might not be.
Got it. Yeah. Also, I did the Shattered Throne.
Very nice.
I started the Wish Under quest. I need to do it again to get the Izanami, the burden. What else did I do this week? I had a very productive week, and then I had the worst. To quote Elmer Fudd from Just Some Guardians, the episode that Dez was on, by the way, I laughed so hard during that episode, dude. I laughed.
I need to listen to it, son of a bitch. I haven't had time.
I actually said it. I hit my rock bottom this week because we all know Pete. We all know what Pete does. Pete does Pete. And I went outside. I took him outside, as you do, so your dog can go to the bathroom. And he ran around the house real quick, unlike him. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I come running. And then I turn around and I see him like looking perplexed. And then I look at him, I look down, and I see what I thought was a black cat. Was not a black cat, sir. It popped up on a handstand, which I didn't know animals could do. And I heard, and then I felt burning in my eyes. It turns out that Pete made buddies with a skunk. So, by the way, I didn't know that.
Probably so much joy. Oh man,
I didn't know that skunk spray burns like mace.
Oh yeah,
it does. I didn't know that. I'm 36 years old and I've never been sprayed by a skunk until this week.
I mean, me either.
Now Pete decided he wanted to play with this thing because he was mad that it hurt him, and a skunk is going to do what skunks do and spray. So I took about nine sprays. This thing doesn't have an ammo count, by the way. I just think it's like it just can spray and spray and spray. Yeah, about 9 sprays, and then I thought he was going to try to kill it. So I was like, okay, stop this thing from biting my Pete. So I scoop him up, all 111 pounds of his big ass, and run him in the house. We're covered with skunk. I can't, like, my eyes are red, my face is red. He can't see. He's making a noise. I walk in the house and my girlfriend goes, "What the fuck happened to you? What the fuck is that smell?" So I bulldog into the bathroom, dump him into the tub. I upend myself, fully clothed, by the way, mind you, fully clothed, into the tub. And she goes into, I guess the best way I can put it is like protection mode.
Yeah.
And she starts dumping tomato sauce on us. By the way, that shit don't work. Just want to let you know. Okay? Tomato sauce don't work. But, okay, Des, Double G, if I was to get sprayed by a skunk in your presence, and you want to go get tomato sauce to dump on me, through the tears and the laughter, of course, where would you get the tomato sauce from? Like, in your house? There's a point to this.
I'd probably say
she covered you in spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, she did.
But where's that from? I'm trying not to laugh. Please tell me where
she got it from the refrigerator, Des. So she was dumping cold spaghetti sauce on us with what I have christened the Philly splash dance. Okay, that's what that is. It's a Philly splash dance. And Pete's pink. I'm freezing, right? He's licking the fucking sauce off the side of the tub, having the greatest time. He's living his best life. All right. So we go through, and it's not working. It's the spaghetti sauce ain't cutting it. You know what I mean? So we look online, and obviously she goes right on Amazon and orders the skunk remover fluid. I can say it's actually that's the best stuff that works. But she used baking soda, peroxide, and body wash. And that actually took the smell off, but it was everywhere in our house.
That's like if Axe had the Arm & Hammer flavor.
Yeah, 100%. It was Dove. Dove Arm & Hammer did a fusion dance. Dude, I was so mad at Pete. I was like, you had to fuck with it, didn't you? You had to say, "Oh, what's that? I don't know. I'm gonna put my face on it." But yeah, so that was my week thus far.
Oh, the cold tomato sauce, literally. Oh man, when you told me the first time, it made me laugh, and now it made me laugh more. Because I'm picturing Pete just fucking like licking up the side of the bath while you're sitting there going, "This fucking sucks."
Oh yeah, no, it definitely. Well, the worst part was it was in my eyes, so like,
oh man,
I had no choice to I had to open my eyes to it, and that's.
Originally, I was gonna say I thought that maybe she dropped the can of fucking soup on your head and fucking sauce on your head.
That would be hilarious, though.
She's like, "God damn it, I'm sorry."
Actually, tomato soup would probably work better.
Yeah. Well, I looked it up online afterwards. It's a full-fledged myth that tomato sauce, tomato soup, tomato juice works. It doesn't. It just covers you in red.
It makes somewhere the tomatoes actually does help.
Well, probably somewhere. It didn't help us.
It was. I thought the high. Basically, also any citrus probably would, if that were true as well, because of the high acidic content.
Yeah, let me pour this lemon juice in your eye.
Yeah. At that moment, I took it, to be honest with you.
You're all that. It's a slight upgrade.
Yeah. But he was, it was so funny because Pete was like, "My bad, dude. My bad. I might have fucked up."
I was like, "Yeah, you did."
Yeah, exactly. Might have. No. There is no might, sir. You did.
It's like puppy dog eyes ain't helping you on this one.
Yeah. Even mom's mad at you, bub.
Oh God,
she was like, "It's all over the house. What the fuck is going on?" I'm like, "I can't see. I don't know." But yeah, that was my week. Did a little bit of extra Destinying, which was always a benefit. Got to experience the raid. Got to work. I think I got the whisper last week. Weeks kind of blend in together when you work nights. So I mean, yeah, Whisper, Last Word, Raid, Dungeon.
Yeah.
I played Anthem. Subsequently, I'm not getting Anthem.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I've heard that they've got an interesting release plan that they've got going on, but
yeah, but it's whatever. I really don't care. It's companies doing a company thing, and people just finagling way more. I mean, the article you posted. I mean, it's basically it's company people trying to make money where money can be made. I mean, it's business.
That's the way. It's capitalism, and that's the way it works.
It's capitalism at its finest. People will find a way to make money off of things, and EA just happens to have a subscription service. Oh, hey, if we do this thing, we can create more draw to get people into using our subscription service.
Exactly.
And I mean, it's whatever. It's a business doing business things. It's still not going to make me get an Origin access or whatever. Still,
no,
it's not going to happen because A, I'm on PS4, so screw you, EA.
Go fuck yourself, EA.
Dude, EA. EA. The sad part is, I loved EA for so long with all the sports games. Like, I loved EA sports games.
It's in the game.
And then now I feel like they're just so inept at running anything that's halfway decent.
Actually, hilariously, because of those sports games, I have not liked EA for like a long time.
Really?
Yeah. Because I mean, it wasn't until I was actually looking into these sports games, because they come out once a year and it's like, wow, they're doing a lot of these. I mean, there must be. I mean, people get them a lot. Must be pretty good, right? Right?
No.
Well, that's the thing, because I was into wrestling for a while, and so I actually got some of the wrestling games. It's like, okay, cool. It's like, okay, this is really fun. This is like really cool. And this was during the time where it was like, EA published and 2K like done. And so just like looking at it, it's like, it's the same thing the next year. I bought like 3 years in a row. And it's like, nah. I stopped getting them for like 5 or 6 years. And again, and like, what was it? WWE 2K. I think it was the one from like 2 years ago. It was on like a super sale. I decided to, download, see what's changed. And it was still basically the same thing. And it's like, nah, I'm never getting another one of these ever again.
It's basically the same thing. It just...
I mean, like I said, it's the business model that they're making money off of a full game for what basically equates to roster changes. That can be easily done for a smaller DLC cost. But again, it's
not lying.
It's money. But I actually viewed EA Sports games even worse than Activision in their Call of Duty run, because at least in Call of Duty they did try and like add things and change things from game to game, at least minimally.
Yeah, at least just cosmetically.
Exactly.
That's all fucking COD was. And
because even though the multiplayers were the same, I mean, at the very least for a very long stretch, they had different, campaigns and such. But I mean, a sports game, it's almost exactly the same. Again, like, yeah, sure, like they might have a story mode where you're a rookie and going through the ranks and be able to get these celebrity voiceovers and crap, but the mechanics were like identical except for like roster changes and I don't know.
I'm gonna say the thing is with sports games, because this is somewhere where I have pretty good expertise. The thing is with sports games is you gotta look at your target audience. Your target audience in a sports game, it's the guy who literally probably doesn't play too much video games. He plays usually FIFA. FIFA's the biggest one, man. FIFA's insane. Like, and they don't change anything. Like, they literally, there was always a meme. It's like, oh, you want to see FIFA 18? Just look at FIFA 17 and just slightly better graphics. Yeah. And that's all it is. But the thing is, you're buying it because even though in the game you can still create a career mode and just keep going, a dynasty mode, and for Madden, that's what I was playing. You can keep going forever, but you always want to get the newest stuff, there's always some little tiny thing, but it's more along the lines of like, honestly, I look at it as like a subscription. Like you're literally just buying a subscription every year. Like I went in for the Madden cycle. I think I got like 5 Maddens in a row. And that's that's the way it works. That's just unfortunately it's not a game that's like supposed to. It's just a game. It's a simulator. You know what I mean? It just wants to go out and be an easy plug and play for Joe Schmo when he goes out and wants to beat his dad. Beat the Patriots or something like that.
Yeah, I know, and it's actually hilarious because I didn't even think about this before, but people do have these complaints about reused content in Destiny and such, and like oh, but we're paying these costs for this thing in Destiny, and again, look at these sports games where it's literally repackaged, reskinned product, like year after year for full game price. If you're not an absolute mark, and if you are an absolute mark, oh boy, because that's one thing I also know. Sports games has no like shortage of like your deluxe bundles and crap.
Oh yeah,
my God,
of Hall of Fame editions and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, oh, here's a $60 game, but for $80 you can get this. For $100 you could do this. It's like, but like I said, it's a market. People do it, and companies are going to continue to do it. Even though, like I said, they could probably like have like one development team like every couple of years, like work on a main game and come out with like roster change updates here and there. But
yeah, but that's just the way it is with them. But I've stopped. Honestly, I haven't bought a game in a Madden game in probably 4 years. Yeah, 4 years, because it just got. Plus I've got this thing. My team has to be good for me to buy the game, because I don't want to have my the 49ers. If the 49ers are fucking shitty, I'm not gonna go out and friggin' spend money to buy my shit ass team. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? Like I want to be competitive. So, but it's just one of those things. But fuck, man, you guys are all doing some fun shit in Destiny this week. I've been doing that boring comp scene. That boring ass comp scene where fucking it is just it's either murder or be murdered. There's no in between. Everything is sweat. You have to earn everything, man. It has been just fucking terrible. Okay, it's been terrible and amazing this week. I'll put it that way, because me and Aaron, we switched over to the PvP side of foes, to Frenzy. A little shout out for them. They're a bunch of cool guys over there. Because like I've been telling you guys, this year, my whole goal is just get better at PvP. That's just been my goal. Try to make better decisions. Even if it's just one better decision per game, I'm just trying to get better. I'm trying not to be the complete anchor that drags my team into oblivion. And the reason why me and Aaron can't go flawless. Actually, she's gone flawless once. I've never gone flawless on D2. But, it's just, and so when Trials comes back, I want to be ready. And that was my whole thing. So it's been fucking hell. It's been hell because I don't know what to do as a Warlock. Although I'm going to admit this right now. I may have said that there was no playable classes on Warlock. Like we had Nova, we had Nova War, but I'm starting to get to the point where God, now I'm losing my where the Solar Warlock, what's it called? Is
Dawnblade?
Is really Dawnblade is pretty strong right now. It's not strong. Okay, I'm not gonna say strong. It's adequate. It is adequate enough for me right now. Like the super is the tracking one is nice because you can go, especially in comp, and you can wipe 4 people if you really get moving fast enough. But So that's been, that I've been fucking around with that with like fusion grenades and then like a one tap with like a hand cannon. That's been pretty fun. Guys have been I've been getting sticks again, which is nice. Do not have anywhere close to the magnetism that they used to have on the old fusion grenades. I wish I would get those 90-degree turnaround corners, but it's just so like we get on runs, like we went on a run where we won like 4 or 5 in a row, and then all of a sudden we get matched against fucking just guys who are like, when you're literally just they're like spawn camping you with snipers and sniping you from like, I don't know, 10 feet away. And you're just like, yeah, today's not going to be my day. Like this round is just not going to, this game is not going to be my game. It's just, you can see this. I'm starting to see so many more snipers. Like snipers are starting, I think everyone's in anticipation of like some kind of sniper meta coming. I feel like even Aaron's been doing some dirty stuff with snipers, but it has been interesting. It's been a simple life this week. Like I said, just fucking grinding my face off. That, and like we're gonna finish the last word today. We'll finish the last word today because we're on that last like step before we get to the mission you guys were talking about. But because that gun, by the way, is fucking wrecking shop and comp. Like it is, if you get hit by that thing, it is like literally. Des, weren't you telling me it's like a 0.8 body shot kill?
Yeah. Nothing but body shot kills, and it like equals most primaries in their optimal TTK.
Yeah, it is. It is a shotgun. Although, man, there's still some shotgun shots. Like if you get like a chaperone, man, or like some longer Dustrock Blues with like fully ranged out. Oh, Dustrock, I think touches chaperone range. Like if you really get a good roll, like God roll on it. Oh man. But
that's because there's like a maximum damage fall off to where shotguns like literally do almost no damage. So, I mean, it's easy for Chaperone to reach it, but it only takes a few. Like, Dustrock can definitely hit it. There were a few, basically the top ones from year one could, like, touch that range before changes were made. But, yeah, I mean, hilariously, which, I mean, kind of leads into the TWAB, where first thing they mention is Last Word is definitely back, which... It is back because it has the exact same TTKs, both headshot and body shot, or optimal and body shot TTKs, as it did during its last appearance in D1. The only difference is now, I think on like a resiliency of 8, it requires all 3 headshots to kill in 0.5. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't change the fact that it still kills in body in 0.8. Which, like I said, is like equal to most primaries in their optimals.
Which is stupid. And the minute you get a freaking one headshot, one headshot makes it even faster.
Exactly. And then there's modifiers and such. Like, I mean, it will be strong in the hands of a Well of Radiance Warlock because of the empowering melee. It will be strong in the hands of a Sunbreaker with new sunspots. I mean, anything that can buff like all outgoing damage. It's going to be strong in those hands because it's just that. And Lord help you if you're like, I think 6 resiliency, where it's basically its old time to kill with 2 heads and a body, or 1 head and 2 body. I can't remember. Either way, follow Mercules. He like stays like super up to date on this crap.
Oh yeah.
Which that's all this information that I get like on TTKs that I get from him because, again, I mean he's one of my more trustworthy sources of relatively unbiased information.
Yeah, it's pretty. He's pretty straight shooter, man. When it comes to that stuff, I feel like he weighs and values things pretty well, and I feel the guy is a great, he does a great job over our massive breakdowns. Does a good job over him and Kit. Him and Kit do a very good job.
And they're 2 ends of a spectrum because I mean I know Merc is definitely more of a PvP centric guy, but I think Kit is more, or or at least, I mean, I don't know about now, but was definitely more like a PvE type, at least when they started.
Yeah,
but
when
then
they
again,
start.
I mean, yeah, but then again, I mean, it takes like that to, I mean, it takes a good mix, like to really, I mean, like they are the massive breakdowns, and they had it
Yeah.
from like both angles. So,
Oh yeah, no, it was good. It's a great info dump. If you want to get in there and talk and listen to them, they do some pretty
oh, yeah,
interesting
good work.
stuff, man. Definitely good work. They do the Lord's work because Lord knows I could never do that shit.
One's
Yeah,
a little country, one's a little rock and roll, as I like to say.
But yeah, man, it's just I'm struggling right now because I mean Dawnblade's fine. I'm trying to find that other Warlock class that I truly, because dude, Nova Warp is no bueno. It's just not great. It
yeah, they
is
did things to that
the health alone, like last word absolutely annihilates you. And you're moving so slow, especially when you're going in for like a charge shot. Like even if you like played smart, this is how I knew it was wrong. Played smart. I'm sitting there and it's on Veil on whatever Veil, and I'm in the middle on B right by the little toilet bowl, and I come around the corner and I pop super, and I'm literally 10 feet away from a guy. You think easy, hold charge, explode, dead, get on a little bit of a run. No. Guy pulls out last word, and I'm in mid super, just annihilates me. Like not I didn't even get, my range wasn't even close enough to take him out. And I'm just like, okay, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know about this. But it's just I'm trying to find a fucking class to use, and I'm struggling. But your boy will figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, speaking of the hot garbage that they made, Warlocks, not Warlocks, but yeah, Nova Warp. Update 2.1.4 hit. Yay.
No.
We got patch notes.
Things happened. A lot of things happened. Like my God, because they made they made some strong changes. Like not starting because it's what I play, but that's how the patch notes start. Hunters, Gunslinger, Golden Gun, just in general, got damage to bosses in PvE by 40%. My God.
Yeah.
Golden Gun can finally basically one-tap Lost Sector bosses again.
So,
with Nighthawk.
Yeah. God damn it. No, good for you. Good for you guys. Good for you guys.
For 6-shooter, they increased the base damage from 300 or from 275 to 300 per shot, which is nice. And one thing I did not realize about the whole returning a bullet for a kill in Golden Gun is the fact that it returns a bullet. It does not extend the super time. For some reason, for the past couple of weeks, that didn't like click in my head that could be a thing. But then I went out and used it, like sold up into like a Mars area and was just like going nuts on a horde of thrall to do a thing. I think it was for the last word, maybe. Can't remember. But anywho, just going absolutely nuts on thrall in the first encounter of a escalation protocol, and yeah, but it wasn't like extending the time. That's when it finally clicked. It's like, oh, so you have shots, but you still have the duration of the super to use them.
So you get 7 shots.
You can get like 10 or 12 shots. I mean,
every time you get a kill, you get an extra shot.
Yeah, every time, every kill. But it, like I said, it doesn't.
I want to see the most. I wonder if the most someone's done.
It's not. Well, that's the thing, because you're still constricted. You're still like within the bounds of your super duration.
Oh, I get it. I'm just saying. I want to see who has the most shots to where like total Cade moment where he like bop, 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 bop,
Oh God,
that's still one of my favorite moments. Oh,
I killed about at least 15 to 20 thrall in a super.
That's so fucking solid.
Yeah, they just keep charging you. It would just keep.
So I mean, there's that, and also the line 'em up perk. Yeah, they doubled the precision damage bonus per stack of the buff, which is the one that gives you super energy. Like per headshot.
Mm-hmm.
And then no, that's not line 'em up. Wait, what?
Wait, what? Nani?
No, nani? No, line 'em up. I think that's that's one of the trees. Oh God, I can't even think of it right now. I think that's the one that gives you extra. Line 'em up. Crowd pleaser. Yeah, line 'em up. Precision hits with golden gun increases damage and extends its duration. That's a bottom tree golden gun. And they doubled precision damage bonus. Doubled. That's why Nighthawk is absolutely murdering things now. Not only did they increase his damage by 40%, but they're giving it more precision damage. Jesus Christ.
That's exactly what you needed.
I mean, to be fair, Nighthawk was always a ripper.
Yeah, but I mean, for a while there, it wasn't even able to take out a Lost Sector boss. I mean, it got the job mostly done, but now it can do that again. And again, that's just Lost Sector boxes. But but practice makes perfect. They increased the super region modifier by 20% and increased its stacks from 3 to 5. Jesus, can you get super fast with that thing? Blade Barrage. Not as bad. They decreased its impact damage from 150 to 35. Sounds like a lot, I know. But they increased the explosion damage from 150 to 250. So all in all, it lost like 15 points of damage. And it does not kill on impact. It has to kill on explosion. Mm-hmm. Pretty much. It's fine. It still feels pretty good. It doesn't get... I mean, there's basically... Before, especially... I mean, because I played a lot of Mayhem. Because I did all of the Last Word stuff. Like PvP stuff in Mayhem.
Damn right.
Like, it was 10 games for the kills and then another 5 games for the medals. So I was using Blade Barrage the entire time. Just like 90% of everybody else in Mayhem right now.
I mean, you're not lying.
This is Trials of Blade Barrage is what Mayhem is right now.
Oh, God. You just wait for it. It's funny because it sounds like a goddamn like tiger roar. And all of a sudden you just hear like a whole team. It's like, wow. It's just fucking everywhere. Everywhere. It's just fucking everywhere. And it's just,
funny. You see two hunters meet, and it's like, I've got my super. I'm going to activate. Oh, crap. So is he. Yep, trade.
That's what my favorite thing to do now is use the tracking Nova Bomb. Sit in the back, wait for a hunter to come up with like a Blade Barrage. And then when you know he's going to do it, you launch the Nova Bomb. And the thing is, the Nova Bomb blocks all the Blade Barrage. And then it explodes. And then the little tracking things take him out.
And to be fair, most hunters telegraph the shit out of it.
Oh, as soon as you see a hunter
you're jumping?
All
right,
wow, you're jumping really high.
I'm right underneath you. I'm underneath you. You can't hit me with that. Ha ha ha.
Oh, man.
There are a couple counters to that also. I did get Whirlwind guarded from a Blade Barrage because it's like, oh, poor Arc Strider. I'm about to knife the holy crap out of you. And of course, I did the hunter thing at that point in time, and I jumped up in the air. And all of a sudden, there's a spinning staff, and he's lived. And it's like, oh, okay. But
boots for the Titan that left slide, you reflect shit back. Didn't know that worked. Also, bubble. Didn't know bubble would work. I thought it would rip right through the bubble and kill me.
I guess, yeah, because I guess it was the combination of impact and explosion damage that popped the bubble. That makes me sad if that doesn't work anymore. I wasn't full of health. I'll be honest. I was hurting, but I survived. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I mean, yeah. If it pops the bubble, I'm fine with that. But because I mean, bubble is very strong. I mean, there's like Nova Bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Nova Bomb and Blade Barrage. That was basically the only things that could really like guaranteed pop it. Yeah, as long as it can still pop bubble, I'm cool with that. I mean, I don't care if I kill the Titan inside. I just want to get rid of that bubble. Because if you let a bubble sit there, also rip.
Why do people feel the need to charge into bubbles? Like, honestly, that's the one thing. Like, it annoys me. Buster, as someone who likes to hide in bubbles and shotgun, people in the face and stuff when they come into your bubble. Like, I want to know the decision making that goes in people's heads when they're just like, yeah, this is someone super. They're standing in the in the middle of it with a shotgun. Do I think I'm going to win this fight? And you're just watching people, and you're just like, dead.
I mean,
dead.
You say that, but you're welcome for one of those comp matches where I spectral bladed the holy crap out of a Titan in the bubble.
Oh yeah. No, but that was legit. No,
see, the bubble is fun, but it's also restricting. You know where I'm going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like I'm safe. You can look at. But you cannot come. You don't come in me, or it's like you're looking at a tiger in the zoo. You know what I mean? Like you can look at the tiger, but if you go in the tiger's enclosure, he's probably gonna kill you.
Yeah, but no, because I mean, it was a smart move on his part because he had a super and it was during countdown, so he was going to use his bubble to set the charge. Super smart move, but I also had super, and I'm dumb enough to risk it. It paid off. It paid off.
I love the way that was phrased.
Yeah, I'm
dumb enough to risk it.
Yeah, long-term listeners will know I'll peek a sniper once. If you headshot me, I'm not going to peek you again. I'll go into a bubble once. If you kill me, I'll leave you alone. If you don't,
I'm going to jump in that bubble.
It's on. Anyway, so yeah, I don't feel that bad about Blade Barrage changes. I don't get as many dumb kills, and as Buster said before in initial thoughts of Blade Barrage, it's like the knives are just a visual thing, and you just walk up to them and touch them in the forehead. It doesn't seem like that anymore. So I mean that's cool. Night Stalker, Mobius Quiver, haven't used it, but God, that the tether duration is. It's actually like troublesome to go up against Mobius tethers now, because before you didn't have to really worry about them. So spectral blades, those changes, like the damage resistance while in stealth. Yeah, they gave you like 15% damage resistance, extra damage resistance while in stealth. Now it's just 5. It's fair. It's fine. So while in spectral blades and in stealth, the total damage resistance is 62%. And total duration while invisible decreased by 3.67 seconds. That is actually a fair change. It's not super restrictive, and it basically feels kind of what it was if you're using like Wiz and Best, because I was using Wiz and Best.
Because if you don't, you're not using it right.
I mean, it kind of makes Gwizinvest, if you have it, a little necessary to get a long-lasting Spectral Blades, and I'm cool with that because there's certain exotic, like, if I run Spectral Blades, I'm running Gwizinvest now. I mean, but Arc Strider, I haven't used a lot, but yeah, the heavy ranged and slam attack damage increase from 220 to 300, and the heavy bomb blast attack damage. Jesus Christ, it was 400 and is now 700.
Jesus.
Lethal Current perk, which is the one, I think, top tree, where you dodge, you get bonus damage. It was 100, it's now 130. And they brought down the Raiden Flux, the exotic armor. They decreased the bonus damage from 20% to 13.5%. But that goal was the fact because they buffed the Arc Staff damage, so they brought down Raiden Flux. Supposedly they did it because it's on a scalar. They brought the scalar back, so that way it still feels about the same while using Raiden Flux. So That's fair. Titans, Sunbreaker, Sunspot, Sunspots. Yeah, damage increased from 25 to 50 per tick. Haven't used a Titan yet.
It's noticeable.
No doubt.
I love those. I love the Sunsplash anyway.
But Sun Warrior buff now increases all damage output from a Sunbreaker by 20% in PvP and 25% in PvE. And buff duration is increased from 3 to 5 seconds. That's almost melting point.
By standing but you can do it a bunch of times.
Yeah, but that's also just one person.
Sure.
So Burning Maul, they increase the spin melee attack damage from 65 to 80 per hit. And the slam detonation radius is from 5 to 6 meters. And they improved the tracking of the slam. And boy, did they. I see that thing. That's almost like sticky nade tracking now.
Oh, yeah. It's gross.
Christ. Like that thing will curve around a corner to get you. And it's like, ugh!
That's how I got my last word, baby.
Sentinels. Sentinel Shield Super. Final melee combo hit damage increased from 300 to 390. Damage to PvE combatants increased by 17%. That's going to be nasty. Because it, like, especially that slam did a lot of damage beforehand, and yeah. Whew. Fist of Havoc. The heavy slam attack. R2 RT. The base damage is decreased from 325 to 275. Damage to base, elite, and mini boss and combatants increased by 7%. Damage to bosses increased by 23%. And for some reason, damage to vehicles increased by 60%.
Fuck your tanks.
Is that telling? Is that telling that we could be getting some more vehicle-related shit coming up?
I wonder if the Scourge boss is considered a vehicle.
Don't just shut your goddamn mouth.
Anyway, terminal velocity perk. That's still a complicated thing, and I'm not going to describe that. Please read the TWAB. Go to the Juggernaut. Fist of Havoc shoulder charge energy cost reduced by 83%. And the trample perk can now trigger the energy return every 0.5 seconds, up from 1 second. Oh, that's trample. Okay, I understand that now. That's the when you get a kill in super, it gives you more super energy, which means it should work as well as the Dawnblade one now. Yeah, because you only got super energy from a kill every 1 second, but now it's every 0.5 seconds. So
yeah, Dawnblade, man. That's one thing I used it in PvE, and that it's strong in PvE. Like you can fucking wipe an entire room. Yeah. Dawnblade. Like I said, I don't hate it, but yeah, it's not bad, man. It's not terrible.
And then Warlocks, Voidwalker, Cataclysm, Nova Bomb.
Hold on. Moment. I need to start crying.
Crying for what? Cataclysm Nova Bomb. Initial detonation damage increased from 900 to 1,500.
Well, you gotta give us something. You took away our only PV fucking class.
They almost exactly... Because that's... Okay, no. It's a little less. But they almost doubled the initial explosion of a Cataclysm Nova Bomb.
But what does that mean to me in PvP? That just means you're really fucking dead. That's all that means to me. Like, before you were dead, now you're really fucking dead.
Detonation radius increased from 8 to 10 meters.
That's a bigger change.
The Seeker damage is increased up almost by 100, from 205 to 300.
Those things save me from whiffing on super so much. Like I'll whiff a Nova Bomb, but it'll go off and then take one out. I'm like, yeah, I still got a kill.
Get it.
And they improved Seeker projectile turning radius and homing to make it more consistent to use against bosses less single targets, and also make it more consistent to absolutely murder you.
Oh, okay. I noticed that because I was farming for Last Word, and I'm doing the Lost Sector on Titan. And if you Nova Bomb, they used to they would hit and just disperse and then just look for something around.
Yeah.
But if it's a big target and you hit, all those balls come back and actually hit the fucking target you're going to. They never used to do that shit.
No,
so I definitely noticed that.
It was basically luck to get those seekers to even be able to detonate around a large target.
It almost one-shots the whatever the
ogre?
Lost Sector boss. The Lost Sector boss almost one-shots him.
Vortex Nova Bomb initial detonation damage increased from 900 to 1200, so Cataclysm is more damage initially. And the Linger volume damage increased from 10 to 23 per tick. And then, rest in peace, Nova Warp. Because one of these changes are drastic, and I think went a little overboard. But most of these changes I'm actually okay with. Because, yes, slightly slowed movement speed while charging. I'm cool with that. Charging costs more energy. I'm cool with that. Decreased super damage resistance from 56 to 54%. That's fine. Whatever. Damage against Guardians decreased by 27%. I'm really cool with that.
That hurt.
But all of that with duration decreased by 6.8 seconds.
That's so God, it's so short. I tried it. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm still going to be good with it. I'm going to try it. I tried it. I was like, wait, I'm done? I'm done? I said, wait a minute. I just started, God damn it. I used to be able to chase people around the map. Now it's like, no. You get like 3 blasts.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, I've actually heard people say it's like 3 fully charged blasts and you're done. And that
3 blasts is terrible.
With all the other changes, I don't think that harsh of a duration nerf is really necessary with all these
Give me one more explosion. Just one more.
With these changes, I'd be okay with them taking away the duration.
Peter, stop
decrease. Like, give it its like 6 seconds back. I'd actually be cool with that because charging costs more energy. That's fine. They move slower. Cool. That means you have a chance to outrun them now. Decreased damage resistance. It's a little easier to take them out before they kill you. Literally a little.
A lot.
It's only 2% damage reduction. It's not a lot.
Isn't it Guardian? Isn't it say 20-something%?
No, that's damage against Guardians. So your Nova Warp does 27% less damage to Guardians.
Oh, that's that all. Okay, sorry. That's why fucking people are tanking. Go ahead.
But anyhow. Rip one for...
pour one out.
Yeah. Dawnblade, Daybreak Super. Increased damage against minor, major, and mini-boss combatants by 43%, and increased duration by 3 seconds.
That's true. It lasts a lot longer than... It feels a lot longer than... Especially because once you get kills, you're adding super. It's nice. It definitely does last longer. And Burning, I believe it was Burning who was the one who pointed out that Dawnblade is still a good class. And I have to admit defeat, and I'll say that is now the only class I can run, pretty much. So Burning, you are correct now.
Then Storm Trance Super increased Chain Lightning maximum target count by 1. Felt like I could have used a slight PvE buff, but whatever. Weapon tuning. A lot of them changed. Nothing absolutely meta-breaking. Except for the fact that the Suros Regime auto rifle is like super nice now because it is an adaptive frame, and adaptive auto rifles have been buffed by 6% damage. Suros is beastly, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's quite nasty.
Is it competitive though? Like, is it like good? Like good?
Not super competitive, no.
Okay.
It's better than what it was because with spinning up, it can kill in 0.6 at its maximum fire rate, I think.
Ooh,
now.
Okay.
So it's nice for sure. And actually, hilariously, Breakneck isn't really. It will act in PvP. Breakneck will benefit from the rapid fire and adaptive buffs because in PvP, Breakneck actually apparently changes this archetype when Onslaught like procs.
Okay.
So like I think I'm not sure, but at max stacks, that mean it should actually hit the damage buff that rapid fires have.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be kind of beastly as well. Which could be why people were using it, but anyway. Yeah, they give... I mean, none of these are surprises. Because they talked about a lot of these weapon changes. They just did give some actual like numbers to these, which is very nice. Let's see. One thing they didn't talk about, bows. They made the effective draw time from bow string perks more noticeable. So high tension string, flexible string, elastic string, and polymer string. And the accuracy stat from high tension string was increased from 10 to 15 to better compensate for the slower draw time. And there is a known issue. The tooltip for high tension string was not updated to show the larger accuracy increase. This will be addressed in a future update. Acreus.
I'm okay. This gun right here, I am using this, and this is fun. It's fun.
Yeah, range increased by 0.5 meters. Not too bad. PvE damage increased by 50%.
Dude,
Jesus.
It takes away. Okay, so I was doing testing last night. I wanted to see. So when you do a Nova Bomb on that giant ogre in that lost sector, it takes him down it takes him down to a quarter health. He's got a quarter health left. One shot from Acreus kills him. One shot.
Oh, yeah.
If you get up on his dome, kills him. It is filthy strong in PvE. And PvP, it's still strong.
I mean, yeah, because yeah, and the range it actually really does benefit a lot from the range increase in PvP. Because one thing people forgot about Acreus, it will kill a Guardian out of super, and now you have an extra 0.5 meters. So even though PvP damage didn't get buffed, it still does benefit from its range buff.
Wow.
So,
I guess I need to do Leviathan, huh?
Yeah, and if you can do Last Wish, normal. You can easily do fucking Leviathan.
Yeah. Then there's no platforming. You can actually opt out of Leviathan's platforming. Because the only platforming that really has is the Gauntlet. And in a normal Leviathan run, you don't have to do Gauntlet. Or at least the platforming part of Gauntlet.
Yeah, you can stay outside.
Yeah. Celeste. Reduce base damage of each bolt by typo. Because it exactly reads, reduce base damage of each bolt by 19%. Okay.
Yeah, that's a typo.
Yeah, that's...
Moving on.
Increased optic stack from 15 to 20 to be comparable with other fusion rifles with scope perks. And PvE damage increased by 30%. So it's gotten even a massive buff in PvE. And also, like a lot of people are saying, yeah, it took a damage nerf, but at the same time, it's still what it was in D1. I mean, that hasn't changed. You're just not getting dumb kills. Trace rifles. Now gain additional ammo when picking up special. And they reduce the damage output of Wave Splitter against the Guardians. The medium damage mode has been dropped by 19%.
Ooh.
The high damage mode was dropped by 27%.
God damn.
Yeah. But let me tell you what, that thing it's not really super beastly, but I know Aaron was making that thing work in comp. Jesus, still.
Which one?
Wave Splitter.
Wave Splitter.
Oh, dude. Her with the Wave Splitter, she's got I watch her on stream when I'm at work. You know, it's kind of funny to watch my wife play, but she has just perfect aim with it. And I always drift off to one way or another, but she starts on like at your crotch and then just goes up to your head. And it's done. She uses it like a shotgun. I don't know how she's so fucking good with it, but she's good with it. I don't
know. Because if she's good with Wave Splitter, like she might be even more beastly with Cold Heart. Because Cold Heart, it didn't get an actual buff, but with the more ammo that you get in special, it can do its work.
is it fat? What's going to be faster? A wave
Probably
splitter or
No,
no,
probably. I don't know. I don't know hard numbers on wave splitter because it's freaking RNG damage. So
that's true.
let's see. Exotic armor. Tuned energy values on shards of Galanor to accompany changes to the Blade Barrage Super. Reduced maximum energy return from 90% to 75% of the total super. Now only returns energy on knife impacts, which I thought it did originally. Guess not. That's what his description said. And they reduced the energy return on Gwyn Vest from 10% to 7% of the total super. So while that's not a huge nerf, I mean, it's kind of, like I said, with the duration decrease, which isn't super noticeable, but Gwyn does help. I will say that. And shards are still basically shards. I mean, in Mayhem, if you just get the perk going anyway, you're going to have an instant super because for some reason, I think the super region of shards is multiplicative with the Mayhem buff because it's also the same thing. Like if you just get one kill, you're going to have another super in like half a second. Because it's the same thing when you're doing blind well and you get the blue ball buff. It's the same thing there too. If you proc the super regen perk, like you just have like super fast another super.
I watched Aaron kill 5 people with a blade barrage and freaking take out 3 people, pretty much immediately get it back in Mayhem, and then from the other side of the map throw another one and wipe out. Also, it was just 5 people down. I was like, holy shit! No, that was a cool play.
Yeah, I mean, also for people wondering, like, because again, I witnessed Aaron do one thing I used to do in comp: team wipe. Shards. Jesus Christ! It's like I got one. No, you got them all.
That was because I was running. We were on what's it called? What's the city map with rugs and yeah. So I'm just running to the middle, and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm pushing. All of a sudden it's like, boop, 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 boop. It's fucking their entire team. And then you hear the tone, the end of the round tone, and you're like,
so we're just like,
God, she's got it on video. She clipped it on video. It's fucking hilarious because all of our reaction is hilarious. Oh man, I sound like Stone Cold just like came into the arena and like I'm like, oh.
Let's see.
Enough bragging about my wife.
Anywho, they did some miscellaneous ability fixes and weapon fixes, blah, blah, blah. They did something with Breakthrough. The heavy ammo tuning has went through. So for comp control, respawn timer for heavy ammo is now 120 seconds. Same with Clash, and is now 60 seconds in survival. Which definitely, like playing a bunch of matches of comp, that feels a lot better. And the comp isn't just, I mean, part of it is being capable of kind of rolling with heavy, but it's not as like game-breaking strategy, I think, that if you can control heavy, you just control the match. I mean, it helps, it's just not as like...
It's a good strategy, but you're absolutely right. It is not as prevalent. I'm not getting murked by rockets and fucking... And I'm not getting murked by rockets and what's the other rocket, the cluster million Wardcliff. Filthy, man. Wardcliff is just it's been meta for a while in comp, but it is still just it's mean.
I don't know, some people are gonna have to put it down now though. Last word.
Oh yeah.
So Rumble has also increased heavy to 120 seconds. And they reduced crate ammo for machine guns. That explains why I'm only getting 37 instead of 60.
I miss it.
No, that's fine. Leave it. I'm cool.
I miss it.
The Regis Broadsword quest, it now looks into... you still have to reset your Valor 5 times in a single season. But if you've already done that before hitting that part of the quest, it looks back into like your history now. Basically. So you don't have to redo it in another season. You only have to do it once. Enhancement cores are now properly awarded in certain ranks. Legend and glory ranks, or when reaching legend in Valor and Glory. They fixed some Scourge of the Past issue where players could initiate damage phases for the boss encounter too early. Oh yeah, Black Armory Forge fixes and changes, which most of that we went through before.
Also, real quick side note, what? Hey, don't put SRL in my raids. God damn it.
Anyway.
God damn it.
So
I want to be angry too. Hold on.
Also, they fixed the Sato and Rasmussen ghost projections. So they're now actually labeled properly. The Sato and Rasmussen emblems basically were mislabeled. Rasmussen was labeled Sato, and Sato was labeled Rasmussen. The cool thing about them correcting this change is that if you've gotten either Sato or Rasmussen to drop, Bungie gave you the other one.
Yep, I got it.
I didn't even know I was affected by this until I logged in, and there was a big red message on my screen that's like, hey, you were affected by this thing, so we gave you the other thing.
Sorry.
Like, oh, okay. Cool. I was so confused at first. Because again, I just load up Destiny, and there's this big red box on my screen. I'm like, oh no. What happened?
Yeah, did I get banned? Shit.
Exactly. It's like, what?
That's what I thought. I was like, well, I didn't do anything this time.
All right. So that's the patch notes for 2.1.4. Woo! So supers are different. And moving on to the TWAB, they're giving us some more changes that are coming in Season of the Drifter. Yeah.
Yep.
Season of the Drifter is what it's called?
Yes, sir.
Joker's Wild. There we go. That one. But starting in Season 6, they're changing how Clan XP works again. Which a lot of people might say, oh, well, what are they going to screw up this time? Here's the good news. But Raven...
Dude,
I'm sorry, I have to do it every chance I get.
it's so great, man.
But yeah, they're actually taking what was great about both systems and implementing them both. Mm-hmm. So now, starting in Season 6, you don't have to pick up bounties to gain Clan XP. You just play the game, you get Clan XP. They're changing it back to that. So daily clan bounties are going to be removed from the game. You can help get your XP up faster because they will keep 3 weekly bounties that require playing with your clanmates to complete. There will always be 1 PvE, raid, and PvP weekly bounty from Hawthorne. They will reward legendary gear and a big chunk of clan XP. I like this change. And as your clan levels its banner, the rewards you receive from these bounties grow.
These rewards.
At rank 3, you earn mod components when completing a weekly bounty. It's nice. At rank 4, you earn enhancement cores when completing a weekly bounty.
Oh.
Nice. And at rank 6, you unlock a 4th weekly bounty.
Gambit?
Nice. I don't know. It's probably still going to be PvE, raid, and PvP. One of those. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, crap if I know.
That's your other thing. Oh.
I'm down for it, though. I don't know, but I'm down for it.
So, yeah. So, also, Cleaning House Part 2. Starting with Season 6, or, hang on. Last week we had a preview of how powerful bounties will work from season to season. While we have put effort into preserving items within player inventory, 2 sources of powerful rewards will change at the end of Season 5, which may result in the loss of rewards if not redeemed. Ethereal keys from the Last Wish raid will have a maximum stack size of 5. If you currently have a stockpile, make sure you turn them in before the end of the season, as any keys over the cap of 5 will be removed. Iron Banner bounties from Season of the Forge will expire and be removed from player inventory.
Can't use that buff, baby.
So Iron Banner bounties are being refreshed for Season 6 with new objectives, which we'll speak to closer to Season of the Drifter. So they're changing Iron Banner bounties, and yeah, even if you don't want to redeem them, they're just... if you don't redeem them before the end of the season, they're just going to be gone.
Yeah. Do it or they're gone, baby.
So yeah. DPS, nothing new, super. I think that's affecting this week's, but there are issues that Compound Ether and Unstable Radioloria are not dropping for the basic sniper rifle frame and the bow frame.
Mm-hmm.
And they are looking to fix that, which hilariously that doesn't affect what I wanted, pulse rifle frame. Okay, so players have reported some confusion over progressing the Temptation step for the Draw quest. To make progression on this quest step, a player must defeat other Guardians of the Crucible. Each time the player dies in the Crucible, they will lose some progress towards completion. How are people confused about that?
I don't know. I don't know, man. It's pretty simple.
And also, they're investigating an issue where people do not receive the last word exotic after completing the conversation portion of the Draw quest. Some players encountering this issue have reported that restarting the mission and progressing more slowly resolved the issue. All right,
so
whatever.
Broke the game, ran too fast.
So stop speedrunning is what they're saying.
I guess. And movies of the week. I don't know.
Okay.
Because the runner-up is What's Up Danger featuring Kinsta A? Kinsta? I don't know that person off the top of my head, and I might. But anyway, winner of the movie of the week is good old Bonesy with his riot montage.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice.
go check that out. It's nice too. And DMG, basically at the end, I love the way DMG closes this one. Because, I mean, he basically says, he gives his own, like, checklist of what he needs to do this week, which is hilarious. It's like just the things he's doing in the game. And I love it. I love DMG. Anyway, but yeah, that's TWAB.
So, what's it called? Did you guys, speaking of speedrunning, when you were talking about speedrunning, did you hear about the Resident Evil 2? There, two guys were going for a speedrun. And the problem is that, have you guys played Resident Evil 2?
Yeah.
Two Mr. X's appeared at the end.
Jesus Christ.
They were like, and they're the shock, and they're what? It's like,
well, this is over.
Yeah, exactly. It's over, and that's what happened. They just annihilated, but they went too fast, and it caused two Mr. X's to appear. Oh man, but I just thought that was funny. No, but what's it called? I mean, look, there's a lot of changes, and it's going to take time for the meta to settle in. We've got
it's going to take time for the last word to settle in.
Well, okay. I take that back. It's going to take time for you to figure out what the fuck you're going to put in legendary slots for the secondary and for your heavy, because because I'm sorry, if you use last word,
I was finding success with the last word for the first time ever.
I was finding success with it, and I hated that gun in Destiny 1.
I just sucked with it.
Yeah, I did too.
It was awful.
Now apparently I'm like, oh, this is how you use it. Don't aim. Just fire the fucking gun.
Yeah, that was the key.
Okay, look, you can map people with it, but do not. Just fan fire. Just hip fire. I'm telling you, it's meant for that.
It's actually, I mean, I actually like the way fanfire works now. The fact that they finally like hip fire damage like increases its reload speed.
Oh,
I like that little change.
I just
and it only stacks up to 4.
I just happen to have a suit of armor built for hand cannons, just off the rip. Like hand cannon loader, hand cannon scavenger. There's one that I think I have like an increased hand cannon, like the enhanced hand cannon perk. I was like, oh shit, cool. I put that on. I was like, I am a deity. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? This is what it feels like to be a god. But
no, I'll be getting that today though. We're gonna literally, as soon as we finish up here, do a little clean, and then I'm gonna be hopping on and grinding that and knocking that out so that I can fuck some fools over and comp with it tonight.
It's very nice though.
I have to get boogieing. I have to take the missus to work in 15 minutes.
Yes,
you guys have an awesome show. Keep rocking it out. You can find me, BlisterLister113 on Twitter. Buster Knuckle 13 on Twitter. BlisterLister113. You guys do the plugs for the rest of the show. I love you guys. I'm out.
You too, man.
Later.
See ya. All
right. Well, and on that tone, let's. You want to get into some questions here?
We get into some questions.
All right. Let's get into them. Let me pull some of these bad boys up. All right. Okay. Now this is one. Goddamn it! I wish Buster were here for this. And you know what? I may even save this question for when he is here. The one from Serendipity. I want to hear, because I feel like he's just got so much more life experience than me on certain issues, and I want to hear him on this one. So I'm just gonna
You're gonna pocket that one.
Yeah, we're gonna pocket that one. I think it's gonna be all right. Let's see. Well, we have I've got one here from Tomb. It says, with Joker's Wild approaching, admittedly pretty fast, what are your hopes for this content drop? Thoughts on lore, gameplay behind the Last Word quest, and weapon in general. Des, you want to take the lead on this?
What are my hopes for this content drop? I'm kind of hoping for more on, of course, the Last Word Thorn, but at the same time, the lore that we got from the Draw quest, which, my God, these are some of the longest lore cards I've ever read.
I looked at one and I go, I need to sit down for this.
Yeah,
I need to take time and actually look at this.
I looked through the letter, or I like speed read, or, like whatever you call it, through, or, pick up some line. I forget, there's a term for that I'm forgetting right now. But scanned over, I guess, the letters from a Renegade, which is from, Shin Malphur, for sure, because he actually introduces himself and kind of retouches on some of his history. Of course, for, why he is the way he is. And that almost leads me to believe there's not going to be a lot of revisited lore between the Last Word and Thorn, or at least, between Dredged and Yor and, Shin Malphur. Because, Shin Malphur himself pretty much says in these letters that it's an old story and he doesn't want to revisit it again. So...
Yeah. Something's going to get dragged up when Thorn gets released, though. There will be something.
I just don't know if it's going to be from the hints that letters from a Renegade give us. I don't think it's going to be more about Dredged and Yor and Shin Malphur, but perhaps more about the Shadows of Yor, which is definitely something I'm looking forward to, finding more about, because they hinted at that in Rise of Iron, that the Shadows of Yor were becoming a thing. And then now the D2 happened, it's yep, the Shadows of Yor are pretty much now dying. And it's well, what were they doing? So, there's a lot of gray area that they can explore for that I'm hoping to, hear about.
I'm kind of liking this. I've always liked the whole, the gray Jedi thought, not too good, not too bad kind of thing.
Which actually is hilariously, because, not really a spoiler, but, that's actually one thing that the letters of the Renegade call us. Because Shin Malphur himself, pretty much, he says he has this section where it's I used to think in only black and white and good and evil, that, there's lines that you don't cross, basically. And he's I've seen people try it, but I've never seen it until you. But what I see is perhaps just a little bit of gray. So I think they're really going down a line of the whole theme, the line that's been recurring in Destiny since D1 is, the line between light and dark is so very thin type deal.
Oh yeah.
So I think all these lore elements are really leading up to something major. Also, speaking of that, have you visited the Queen this week?
No, I have not.
Oh my God!
Should I do that? Should I go visit the Queen?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go visit. I'll go tell Aaron, and we'll go visit. We'll go drag our asses up and go visit the Queen.
Because it's kind of revisiting a story element that Bungie said they were done with.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I will be getting in touch with you, and I will get in touch with you immediately once I find out about this.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome. So
okay, guys. Okay, for you to get that excited over it. Yeah, okay,
it's nice.
Okay, I'm gonna trust your judgment. I'll get in there. I will get in there. But as far as my future for the storyline, the storyline right now obviously is there's not much going on. I mean, the forges and and the armories, that Black Army, that was fine. I'm really interested because we're getting some kind of Gambit changes, right? Isn't that the whole thing? It's approaching.
Yeah, some kind of
there's gonna be they didn't say what, it's just gonna be a different way to Gambit, pretty much is what they said. Okay, I'm really looking forward to that. I've been thinking about it, and I enjoy Gambit has taken over for strikes for I honestly hardly ever run strikes anymore. And I know, whatever, but because it gives me a little taste of PvP, and it still gives me that PvE element where I can just kind of mindlessly kill things. It's really taken over for me, and I'm really enjoying Gambit. It's great for call outs, it's great for practicing, that kind of stuff. It is really fun, and I feel like they're going to really. I'm interested to see what the new mode is going to be, because the new mode or new way of doing it, I hope they don't ruin it. I mean, I guess you could say I hope they don't change, make something breaking where it's like, oh yeah, sorry, the Gambit you know and love is now completely gone. Yeah. I don't know. I'm waiting for that. I'm also there's a lot of storylines that I'm waiting on, and I'm patiently waiting on, and I'm hoping that they get brought up, especially with Penumbra coming up. Redacted, but everyone knows Penumbra. But it's just I think that's going to be a really, especially with all the secrets they keep talking about. We've got a lot of content coming up that I feel like we're going to have a big spring, and then a big summer. For some reason, I feel like summer is going to be a big month for this. Not month, but months for this game.
Yeah, this is going to be. I do have a feeling it's going to be the biggest summer since Rise of Iron.
Yeah, and the other thing is, normally during the summer, you get that lull. You get that kind of I can go off and play other games.
Yeah,
do other things. I feel like we're not going to have that time.
I mean, like I said, that's why I mentioned Rise of Iron, when they brought back the, what do they call it? I forget. But when they brought back all the raids and crap, and then the elemental exotic primaries and crap from the raids, and retweaked the raids, that gave us a lot to do. Solstice of Heroes was cool and all, but it just didn't compare to Rise of Iron, really. I think Rise of Iron was actually a little better than Solstice. I mean, Solstice was cool, and it kind of helped to fill the lull. But I mean, I definitely feel like if Penumbra can hit good, I feel like this could potentially be, that and Solstice could probably give us a better, like I said, our best summer since Rise of Iron.
I could totally see that come. Do you have any more questions? Do you have any more anything?
Well, I will say, my biggest hopes for the content drop for Season of the Drifter is the fact that I'm out of crappy hotel Wi-Fi. That's my biggest hope.
For season of the Drifter, because do you think we're gonna get Thorn in Season of Drifter?
Yes.
Okay, so that's for sure. Okay, that's what I'm looking forward to. You understand, folks. I have a super special attachment with Thorn. It was literally my number one PvE and PvP gun. It was in D1. I loved it. I used it for fucking everything until it got nerfed into the ground. I used it for everything. And I just I love the noise. I loved the whole quest of it. I wish every exotic was that tough. To get every exotic, you had to go through that kind of murderous rampage of a fucking quest line to get it.
Actually,
because it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with I'm cool with hard exotic quests. I'm just cool with exotic quests in general, because I mean, RNG, it's almost backwards. I think the pinnacle weapons, having a quest to them is super cool, and it gives you something very powerful. But I just love having a quest or at least a narrow gameplay for something that's potentially very powerful. Like Le Monarch and Jotun. It's sure, it's RNG, but you know where to go to get it.
Exactly.
And I like that aspect. A lot of these other random, RNG exotics, it's when exotic engrams were dropping like candy, I mean, it was one thing, but with rare exotics, I would like to have like a narrowed focus on where to get them. Keep them rare, sure. Just it's like, oh hey, you can get this exotic by grinding this. All right, cool.
What I've seen is they've made them rare, but they haven't made them really tough to get. You know what I mean? Like, and I like the rare. Honestly, the way I get exotics now, I'm fine with. I feel like they've hit that sweet spot. I get one, I'm generally happy I got one. I got a Nezarec Sin or something like that on yesterday, and I was like, cool, I got that. That's cool. Yeah. Like I was excited for that, but I want there to be more of like this last word quest line, because I mean it can't be that difficult to put in. I mean, like I said, I hate when I say that because I don't know how difficult it is, but I really feel like that's something they could easily do and make it so that especially because could you imagine like if they had like a Galahorn quest, like, and it was like something that would take like a month to do.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. Cause I mean, certain weapons, like Last Word, I think are easier to make like harsh quest lines for. Yeah. It's like Chaperone. Chaperone wasn't super, super easy. I mean, yeah, you could do it like in passing, but I mean, it wasn't like supremely easy at the same time. Yeah, it was a good middle ground, I feel, for Chaperone. But at the same time, like I said, it had like a story already. And like I said, I feel these exotics that have a story, like Thorn, like Last Word, Chaperone, Galahorn even, I think those are the easiest to make like quest lines for. Like,
oh yeah, because there's number one, there's community feeling behind it. There's a lot of community feeling. There's a lot of passion behind these things, and there's a lot of storyline that can go into it. You've got a lot of material to work with, kind of thing. So I 100% agree. Like you could do. I mean, I know you're against it, but like Icebreaker, Invective, those are two I think that are big. I'm trying to think. What's another like D1 that you could see being like you would bring back? That would be a really. But I'm talking tough quest.
Well, Galahorn could be tough for sure. Let me see. Let me go into my good old D1 where I have like every freaking Bad Juju. I feel could be difficult.
You read my mind. That's the one. We already have Tolan, buzzing around, talking to us. What if you were to say, "Hey, here are the schematics for Bad Juju. Go on this quest." You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be really fucking cool. And that's something that you could easily, because look, you could sit there and say, hey, like the little Orby thing brought me to another Tolan journal that describes how he made Bad Juju. And then we have to go out and do the process of making Bad Juju. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be cool. That would be really fucking cool. But, to each his own. I know Buster would enjoy that.
Let's see. I'm not seeing much of anything else. Like, I mean, we kind of have Red Death back with Crimson.
Yeah,
I missed that pulse rifle. That was my pulse rifle for a very long time. We have Jade Rabbit. We have Last Word. Thorn's upcoming. Touch of Malice.
No time to explain.
I see. No time to explain. And like for like Touch of Malice, like Vex, like I feel at least for like the old raid exotics like Touch of Malice, Vex,
Mythoclast,
Necrochasm. I almost feel that in order to bring those back, they would need to bring the raid themselves back.
I 100% agree. That's 100% agree with that.
Because I mean, it would be cool to have Vex back. It would be cool to have Touch of Malice back, but I don't think it would be as impactful, I guess. I don't know. That's definitely my preference. But no time to explain. I don't know. Because I mean, I almost feel that I don't know. I feel that that's more like that and Kvostov for me are like the two weapons and exotics that
Well, Kvostov
they're kind of like penultimate D1 basically.
Dude, Kvostov was, when they brought it back, even though it wasn't, I mean, there was a time when it was okay. It was such a good idea for a weapon, I thought.
Oh yeah.
I thought to be able to adjust it all like that, I thought that was a cool thing. I really did.
It was a cool idea. It didn't really pan out that well, but it was a very awesome idea.
I could see them bringing that gun back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I guess Kvostov, I could totally see that coming back. Any more questions or anything, buddy?
Other than now that GG and E, which I love that, have been moved over to the foe's elite roster frenzy, has there been any animosity between the hosts? Can we expect some kind of Yoko Ono Beetle split?
No.
No, because
we're still playing with each other.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing changes.
E can probably wreck me, but I feel pretty confident over my skills over GG.
Oh yeah, you totally beat me. Totally. I was actually talking to Aaron about that. I was saying, I think Dez on his a good game, he's right there with you, Aaron. But if we were like going on a skill, I think Aaron just tick above you, but you're above. Yeah. You guys are both above me.
She's more consistent than I am.
Yeah, she's a freight train, man. She just keeps coming.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm either like 2.5 or 0.5. So that's the way it works. But I've got a hard out coming, buddy. Yes. So you want to say our goodbyes?
Yes. This I just had in my head. But anyway, this is your boy Raven. You can find me on Twitter at DES_Raven. You can find me at our Discord, which you can find linked to our Twitter at the RNGCast. Plugs.
We have a Patreon.
Patreon.com/the RNGCast, to where you can give us money if you so desire.
We will do stuff. We will get another movie going. We've already been talking. Been talking about our next movie. I think that that'll be announced somewhat soon. We'll figure out a time and a place. We'll do it all. I guarantee it'll be worth every cent. Anything else? We got any other? I know I gotta say goodbye, but you got any other plugs we gotta do?
No other real plugs. Like I said, I do have the Paladins video series coming. Understandably, life had hit, so that's going to be put on a back burner for now. I'm still going to be prepping scripts and stuff, but that any kind of release I had hoped for is being pushed back because of understandable things.
Life.
I mean,
because
things happen. Yeah, like I said, nothing major. Just going to put a damper on that for a little bit. I'll start working on that once we get a new place. Hopefully, as long as life doesn't kick me in the balls again, I'll be fine.
Yep. Well, this is your guy Gorilla Golf. You can find me in the RNG Discord. Find me on Twitter, Gorilla Golf 1987. PSN Gorilla Golf. Party's always open. You guys know that. Come on in. Be respectful. I'll be respectful back. That's all I ask. If I say something that does not go with you, come at me, please. I would love to have a conversation, respectful conversation about it. All right, guys. Other than that, I think we're good.
Yes, this has been the RNGcast episode 141 in the books. And we're out.
May the RNG gods be kind to you, Guardians.
See you all next week.
That's what I was waiting for. All right, guys.